Hello.
Good morning. And
Just barely morning.
Barely morning, yes. We're a little bit late. But welcome to this week's episode of Family Jewels. I'm Colton Bartell.
And I'm Audie Bartell.
And we are both graduate gemologists here at Susann's. And we just like to share a little bit of our knowledge with you guys on gemstones and the jewelry industry. And so if you guys have any questions during any of our videos, feel free to comment and we'll try and answer them as we go. But we're continuing with the quartz family, whatever you want to call it.
Reunion.
Yes, but last week we talked about amethyst and basically the most popular or widely known purple stone that's used in jewelry. And this week we're going to move to the one that's orange and yellow, and sometimes even almost a red.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to be talking about citrine. And actually we're going to talk a little bit about, kind of touch on it anyway, of the stones that actually incorporate both the yellow and purple, which is ametrine.
Mm. So you slipped one in. So
I did.
I didn't bring no ametrine.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, if you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to comment and ask. Just say hi. We're still doing our giveaways, and they're really easy too. You don't have to answer anything or anything like that. All you got to do is comment on the video, and when we get to a certain number of comment, which we will reveal later, whoever made that comment actually is our winner, and you get a free gemstone. So it's pretty simple. All you got to do is say hi or comment of some sort. Just keep it clean.
Mm.
But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started on this. So citrine is a really cool stone. It's very fall, very autumn.
And November's one of November's birthstones.
Yeah. So it's fitting that we're talking about citrine.
Yeah, since it's November.
It is. All month.
Yeah. So most people think of it being kind of a yellowish to a orangey yellow golden color.
Yeah.
But it does come in some
variances.
Yes, saturated maybe in a little different color than that, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like Colton brought up, probably more to almost like a sherry color.
Yeah. Can almost be red. I mean, a lot of people, we've got one that a lot of people actually confuse it thinking that it's garnet.
Right.
A really large garnet.
Right.
But it's actually what's called a Madeira citrine.
And we've got a smaller one, and Carla is in the process of finding the other one that Colton's talking about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But anyways, do we want to show them some of these, or?
Yeah, why don't we'll kind of, I guess, work our way through the color palette here of them. So we've got some here that, I'm just going to hold these up with my fingers here.
Mm.
I'm going to get them dirty.
Mm.
Yeah. But this is kind of maybe more what most people are going to see. They're going to be a little bit lighter yellow, maybe a slight orange tint to them.
A little bit of a golden color.
Yeah. But really pretty stones.
These are emerald cuts.
Yep, these are emerald cuts. They've got a little bit of color zoning in them, and that's actually pretty common with quartzes. And what we mean by color zoning is basically there's areas where the saturation is a little bit different. Sometimes it can be near colorless. And then you've got other areas in there where it's
almost like
saturated.
Right next to each other.
Yeah, it just kind of blends
like
in
to some degree.
Yeah, it's like if you were to take, with citrine, if you were to take like yellow food coloring and drop it in some water and just mix it just slightly, so you still have some areas where it's not real dark, and then you have other areas where the color is a little more prominent. That's kind of the best way I can think of kind of describing that color zoning. But they're really pretty, and just like most of the other quartzes, they are very clean stones, which is really nice.
Where you can get them. You get them very clean. I mean, I think you can buy stuff.
You can buy some ugly stuff.
Yeah.
heavily included. But for the most part, with these quartzes, they're going to be really clean.
Yeah, you can buy nice, probably almost flawless stuff fairly inexpensively.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this is kind of maybe a little step up as far as color. It's a little more saturated, but a bigger stone, so that may be part of it.
Yeah. Good morning, Adrian. Thanks for joining us.
So, and then you said we was kind of working our way up. I don't know. Would that be the next one?
Probably. Yeah. Probably leave it in there so we got a little bit of a background there.
So try to keep from getting that glare on it.
And yes, thank you for the congratulations on. We are the cover of this month's and next month's Inspire Coastal Bend magazine. So shout out to us and them. So we're looking forward to getting some of the copies here in the store for you guys to check out. It was really cool to be selected by the community to be a cover on this awesome magazine. So we'll be talking about that.
Kind of like Facebook, because it covers a fairly big community.
Yeah, it does. It does. So yeah, but we'll be talking about that here probably in a week or so. We'll get the issue out and we'll have it here in hand to show you, because right now there's nothing to hold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
anyway. Well, I have something to hold.
He does. He's got another citrine. Okay. Imagine that.
And this is a little bigger, getting a little bit more color.
A lot bigger.
Yeah. I don't even remember how much this one weighs.
I don't remember. A lot. But it's probably close to this one.
Very close.
And this other one that we've got is just over 50 carats. So that one's probably around 50 carats. Yeah.
Really pretty stone. It's got a checkerboard top in a trillion shape.
Yeah. That one's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like I said, the citrine, it can go from a really light yellow or kind of a golden color to a deeper orange, almost red.
This has got maybe just a touch of brown.
Yeah, that one's got a little bit of a brown to it.
Still that golden color. We're getting a little more color saturated.
And so with citrine, and there's a lot of other stones out there that get their color from this element, but with citrine, what causes the color is actually trace elements of iron in the crystal structure, because just like any of these other minerals and gems that we're talking about, usually the purest form of that stone is going to be colorless. And it's this way with quartz.
And what color is amethyst?
Amethyst is purple.
I know, but what colors it?
Oh, colors it.
What impurity?
That one I don't remember.
It's iron also.
Oh yeah.
So
it's just a different. It's a different amount and a different way that
It's a temperature thing.
Yeah.
So, and that'll come up here in a little bit or whatever, because they can actually
heat treat
amethyst and make citrine, which is really weird.
Yeah.
So,
but
cook it a little longer.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because amethyst is much more prominent is much more plentiful, I guess, than natural citrine. And so it's something that, whenever they're trying to get these citrine colors and they want something real consistent, then they'll heat treat some of that amethyst to get to that point. Now, this one that he's getting ready to show you, these are always natural.
And we're kind of jumping a little bit here.
Yeah, we are jumping around.
But since we brought up that both of them are colored, or the impurity in there that makes them the color that they are is basically iron, then this kind of explains a little bit ametrine.
Yeah.
Because ametrine is part citrine and part amethyst, which sounds weird. And there's only one place in the world that it occurs, and that's Bolivia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this one is a fantasy cut, and you can kind of see that one end is purple. Majority of the stone is citrine. A little part of it is amethyst. I can kind of turn it. Not that that's that's going to help, but it seems like that light does make a difference. But an unusual stone. So actually, it'd be kind of cool if you got somebody that's born in February and somebody in November.
Yeah.
So you got like early spring and early fall. you got the one birthstone cover 2 months.
And what's crazy is
cover 2 months.
Not only does this come from one country, it only comes from one mine, which is the Anaheim mine.
Oh,
the Anaheim mine in Bolivia, right on basically the Brazilian border. What's really cool, and I was actually just rereading this here, is this was actually first discovered in the 1600s by a Spanish conquistador.
Really?
And then they basically forgot where it was for over 300 years.
They forgot where it was, or just...
It just got lost. They'd forgotten where they found it, and it didn't come back into the market until somewhere around the 1970s. So for like 300 years, ametrine, they knew of it, but they didn't know where it was anymore. They just kind of lost it.
There's some pretty impressive stones there.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything quite like that.
So we're going to show you some pictures of some of these. And these, like I said, these are all coming from the Anaheim mine in Bolivia.
What's even stranger about this is you would think that Bolivia, since this is in their country, that they'd be the one marketing it.
But it's the Brazilians that are marketing it.
And it's almost like the Bolivians have said, yeah, you guys are better at doing this. We got the mine, and there for a long time everybody thought that the stone come from, or a lot of people, I didn't say everybody, a lot of people thought that the ametrine was coming from Brazil, and actually it was only this one mine in Bolivia.
Yeah, and they're actually mining it in Bolivia, transporting it into Brazil, and cutting it and selling it from there. So everybody just assumed it was from Brazil.
Yeah. Now I wonder if maybe even the ice wine quartz maybe comes from there.
Possibly, but no, because we talked about this last week.
This is really unusual. You got tricolor.
Yeah,
I didn't really think about that. That'd be a possibility that existing, and even that's even.
Yeah, so with the ice wine quartz, like what we talked about last week, with the amethyst on one end and rock crystal quartz on the other. So you've got basically the clear and the purple. Those a lot of that is actually mined in Brazil. There's some out of Bolivia, but that stuff is a little bit
not quite as rare as what.
Yeah, it's not quite as rare as what the ametrine is.
That stone's just incredible.
Yeah, but the ametrine's really pretty. We've had a lot of people that are really intrigued by it. Since it's really only been around commercially since the 1970s, it's still a relatively new stone in the market compared to how long like diamond and sapphire and ruby and garnets and all these others have been out there and in jewelry. So there's still a little bit of intrigue and mystery with some of this, because a lot of people are like, well, what's that? And a lot of people think that it's fake. And then when they realize what it is and they're kind of informed on it, then it's really cool. It's got a real cool story to go with it.
We've kind of jumped a little bit, and this is a little smaller stone. This is a citrine that's set in a ring. Yeah,
and we actually have a really good picture of this on our website's homepage. Yeah, that's one that we've recently set up. That's really pretty. So the one we haven't shown is the Madeira.
The one I kind of showed a little bit while you was talking. This is a smaller one. This is not near cut as well, and maybe not quite as intense a color, I guess.
No.
Because this one Colton's getting ready to show is the one that people see it and they think it's just a large garnet.
Yeah. Which a garnet this size would be really impressive too.
Yeah. But
this stone is just cool. This, believe it or not, is citrine.
Yeah.
This is a Madeira citrine.
It's got flashes of red in it.
Yeah, you've got kind of that real sherry color to it, really dark, almost basically like cognac.
Oh, cognac.
Oh, yeah.
This
is that special reserve stuff.
I think it's redder than cognac. Not that
But-
I've had much cognac.
Yeah, but this is a really, really pretty stone. This one's over 50 carats. This one's like 50.13, something like that.
So barely over.
50.15, yeah. But really, really pretty stone. This is like primo stuff right here. Yeah, I mean, when you're shopping for citrine, that's really, 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 really one.
Well, maybe us. I don't know that the consumer, because
That's true. They may be going more for this.
And this is a really nice stone.
Yeah, this really is. There's not really any color zoning in this one.
Hey, you could do
It's
like
really
earrings.
bright.
You could show like a golden citrine on one side and a Madeira on the other side.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, that stone, that thing is bright.
These are really close to the same size. Here, let
Yeah.
me weigh that one. This is one we don't know, right?
Yeah. But anyway, with citrine, thanks, Carla. Yeah, we're excited about the cover, the Inspire cover. That's pretty cool. And yeah, we will be talking about that a little bit later this month.
52.25.
So, okay, so the one we just showed you is 52 carats.
The lighter one.
Yeah, the lighter colored one,
Lighter
but it's
colored.
heavier.
Yeah, but
Yes.
not by much.
No. But both of those are really pretty stones. But with the citrine, it's just like the amethyst and any of the other quartzes. They've got good hardness. They've got good durability. They're great for everyday wear.
You can kind of compare.
You're
Wish I could
close.
get that red.
Okay, well, for one, the lens is over there.
Oh,
You're going the wrong direction, not towards the light.
yes. Well, I was trying to get it where that one's a little livelier.
Well, here, let me see it.
You hold that one up.
Okay. We'll both hold one. Let's see who can show these off the best here. There we go.
Yeah, it's an ego thing here. I can see already.
And good morning to my lovely wife, who's watching.
I can read that little stuff. We still need to get bigger letters. Work on that. It's a technical thing, I'm sure.
Technical thing. I don't run Facebook.
Well, run the typer thing.
The typer thing. Yeah, we don't do that either.
No.
Yeah. So.
You don't have as much control as I thought.
No, I don't. Anyway, we'll show you some more pictures of the citrine because I know a lot of these don't show up real well whenever we're just holding them because our camera doesn't focus on this real well. But
Oh, he's trying to get him dizzy. At the
Morgan
same time.
said that your stone looked better.
Oh! Winner! Chicken dinner! Thank you.
But, okay, so...
Had nothing to do with me.
So, with citrine, on most of these, in most cases, citrine is relatively inexpensive, especially for the size of stones that you can get. And just like most of the other quartzes, you can get really unusual shapes and cuts, which is
they're
fun.
cutting almost anything. A lot of fantasy shapes.
Yeah. So that's what's really cool with these is they're like perfect for those that are wanting to do like really unusual designs because the stones are inexpensive, they're really bright, they're durable. You can get them in a bunch of different cuts, and you can get them in a bunch of different sizes. I mean, you can get really small stuff that's cut really nice and really bright.
Up to bigger than what we showed you here.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe like belt buckle size.
yeah, you can get really, really big stuff. Now, there's only one drawback to all this.
There is?
There is a drawback. Yeah, unfortunately.
that?
There is a lot of synthetic
Oh.
out there.
I don't know that they do. Well, I guess they would still have synthetic citrine because
Yeah.
if they took synthetic amethyst and made
Yeah.
it citrine.
Yeah. Basically, the only synthetic quartz are the ones that are, and we've talked about some of them, but are the ones that have the unusual inclusions. So, like the rutilated and the tourmalated quartzes, those they don't do synthetic.
No.
And then there's some that we haven't talked about, which are like the dendritic quartzes and some of the,
Aventurous.
and the aventurine quartz. and some of these others that have very specific and unusual inclusions in them that actually
cause a phenomenon.
Yeah, cause some sort of phenomenon in the stone, or a different, I guess you could say, optical pattern. Because like the tourmalated and the rutilated don't necessarily have a phenomenon to them, but they do have
stuff in them.
They got stuff in them, yeah. They're like turkey on Thanksgiving. They got stuff in them. And everybody enjoys it.
Yeah. Well, we have a few people that... Is your mom the one that doesn't like stuffing? Or?
Who doesn't like stuffing?
Oh,
we better get off this topic. We're going to start talking about food. I'm going to get real hungry real fast. Anyway, there is lab-grown, or what we call synthetic, quartzes out there.
Very difficult to tell the difference.
Near impossible to tell the difference.
So if you bring one in and want us to tell you, there's a really good chance we can't tell you.
And there's a really good chance that even like GIA and Goblin Labs and some of these others can't tell you. Yeah. Because absolutely everything about them is the same as natural. And even the process they're using to grow this stuff.
What about the color zoning?
Close.
If it had color zoning in it? No?
No.
They can color zone the synthetic?
It can have color zoning in it, depending on how the mixture is.
Let me read that while you're talking here.
So, if you have a blue quartz, it's guaranteed that it's synthetic.
You need to tell them about that too.
The what?
Electricity.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got quartz and watches.
Yeah. So with the lab-grown stuff, or with the synthetics, that's the only way you can get blue quartz. So if you run across some blue quartz, which I've actually only seen one piece of that, and it was little, and that was actually at school, so it's not real common, but it's always going to be lab created, or what we call synthetic. And we're going to show you a picture real quick of them actually growing the crystals. And so this is actually done through what's called the hydrothermal process, and this is mimicking very similar to what happens in nature. So they're basically, the hydrothermal process is, and it's actually pretty self-explanatory. It's basically a liquid, mixture that's put under heat, and they have what's called seed plates, and they actually have some quartz plates in there, and then as they put this in this solubilized solution of the quartz material, basically that actually kind of gravitates and attaches itself to those seed plates. So you get these very big, almost bricks of quartz, and then they go and they'll slab it out and they'll facet it and everything, and then you can basically make whatever you want out of it, and like your quartz movements and stuff in watches. So with that, quartz will conduct electricity, and what it does is it actually resonates at a very specific vibration, and because of that, that's where we can get really accurate watches and stuff, because they actually have a piece of quartz in there. They're running electricity through, and because of how it vibrates with that electric current, it allows timekeeping to be basically done from that piece of quartz.
No, it doesn't say anything about color banding here.
No. So, like we were saying, with the synthetic stuff, and he's trying to put things up before we're done. With the synthetic stuff, they can actually do any color. They can do...
Except they can't do ametrine. No.
They can't do ametrine per se. They can get bicolor, but from what we've seen so far, they can't get true ametrine. But yeah, as far as we know, that's always going to be a natural stone. It can be treated to get that color zoning a little bit, or to have those color separations and that bicolor, but most often it's actually all completely natural, which is kind of nice. So Is there anything else that you want to say
Are you
about
going to tell them where it comes from?
What's that?
Where they can, citrine is basically mined, the natural stuff.
Yeah, we already talked about that. It was
Like-
in Bolivia.
No, that's ametrine. So like citrine comes
Citrine. Primarily, it's Bolivia. There is some in Spain, Mexico, and Uruguay.
from Madagascar.
And Madagascar. But the primary source for citrine, like the vast majority of it, is going to be coming out of Bolivia.
Bolivia, Spain, Madagascar, Mexico, and Uruguay.
Yes.
Well, I know there's quite a bit from Mexico.
Yeah. But normally, when we're thinking citrine, it's a lot of those stones are going to be bought or they're going to be cut and purchased out of Brazil, and all of that stuff is going to be coming out of Bolivia. So, is there anything else that you can think of?
No, well, I got a customer that's coming in because I stopped her on the street a little bit ago.
All right.
Good to see you guys.
So anyway, it is a really pretty stone. We are going to continue with quartzes probably this next week, talking about some of the other unusual ones, the aventurine, the dendritic, and some of those others. And so if you guys have any requests of stones that you'd like us to talk about, or anything in the jewelry industry related that you'd like us to talk about, please let us know in the comments section below. And we'd be more than happy to venture out into uncharted territories with that. So keep the comments rolling in. We will announce who our winner is this week shortly after our video. And we thank you guys for joining us. Come check us out. We are in the Town & Country Shopping Center here at the corner of Everhart and Alameda here in Corpus Christi. And coming up the 1st of December, we will actually be having our Town & Country Classic Christmas open house. And we've got some awesome entertainment lined up for that. We're going to have great prizes, food, music. It's going to be a lot of fun. So mark your calendars for December 1st. It's on a Friday. It's the first Friday of December from 3 to 8 p.m. And come join us here at Town & Country Shopping Center for just a lot of fun and get in the Christmas spirit. It is family friendly, so bring the kids, bring the in-laws if you want, and come out and just enjoy a fun time here at Town & Country. So thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next week right here on Facebook with the Family Jewels. Thanks.